This video is going to talk about the Blackboard application, and my group member is Yu Teck, me Liu Kai Hong, Yong Jing Hong, and Wong Zheng Yao.
Before the start of the topic, we personally like to believe that the education industry is immensely important for the future development in the world. Therefore, we choose Blackboard Learn, aka Blackboard, as our application that related to education industry. The reason that we choose Blackboard is because many tertiary study students are using this platform in their learning process. So, these lectures will be provided detail about the platform.
So I'm going to talk about the basic software and hardware are required to build and or access the application or the website. The basic software is required to build and access the Blackboard depends on the user's operating system, because Blackboard only supports from certain operating system. For example, for Windows users, Blackboard only supports from Windows 8 to the latest version, while for Mac OS users, the application only supports from Mac OS 10.12 to the newer version. Hence, this will lead us to the web browser that the application allows us to access. Beside picture shows that web browser supported by the Blackboard. This picture shows that only certain web browsers are supported by the Blackboard. Next, I'm going to talk about the processor. The processor is the most fundamental piece of hardware necessary to control and access the Blackboard. To access the Blackboard, user need to have at least 1 GHz or faster processor, and the application function should be optimized. Secondly, Blackboard recommends that user to at least have 2 GB of RAM in their device to allow application to store, retrieve data on a short-term basis, and access the application without lagging.
Based on the standard system development lifecycle, there are several activities that will be carried out during each stage and the goals when we are building the application. So based on the first phase, planning stage, we will scope out all the problems and select the best ways to solve it and estimate the cost and time that we need to finish this application as well. Next, for the analysis stage, we are planning to collect all the important details that we need for this application in order to achieve our requirements. For instance, we will collect all the information that we found in our research and determine the demands of every end users. Besides, we will collect the specification of the software and the hardware as well. Then the following third phase, design stage, we are going to design the outline details for the overall application as well. For example, we will design the best system interfaces in order to achieve the accessibility for every end user. For the next phase, development stage, we will begin our coding part in this stage based on the design that we did on last stage. Once the coding part is done, we will proceed to the testing stage. In this stage, we will keep on testing the application and make sure there are zero bugs in the application so that every end user will get to use the application nicely. Move on to the last phase, maintenance stage. For the last stage, we will be solving all the problems or bugs that reported by the end users and try to fix it as fast as possible. Besides, we will also check whether there is any new update that we can do to improve the application performance in this stage. So, these are the several activities that we will be carried out each stage based on the standard system development cycle.
So now we're gonna do a comparison for Blackboard and another website. The other website that we choose for similarity and different is from Asia. As we know, these two websites are being used mostly for education purpose. The function inside of the website are mostly able to do online classroom. Teacher, lecturer are also able to provide different activities to students as well. Both websites will also collect the information about the student and teacher slash lecturer so that school system will store it. Both websites will also share the full news to the student so that they will able to know what is coming up in the future and they're able to do some preparation on it. Both of the website, when the lecturer or teacher provide the study material for the student, the website will continue to save the material of the subject so that students are able to check back when they need of it. So now we're going to talk about the difference between Frog Asia and Blackboard. Firstly, we can talk about the focus education. Frog Asia is mostly targeted in primary education and secondary education, while Blackboard is mostly targeted in tertiary education. Secondly, the timing created and the experience of it. Frog Asia have less experience compared to Blackboard because it's created in December 2015 in Malaysia and Blackboard is created in 1997 in United States, where Blackboard is created in much more early time compared to Frog Asia. Thirdly, the system of a website. Frog Asia have been showing news related with education in their main page more and they are much more simple website compared to Blackboard, where Blackboard have more complexity system and students or lecturers are able to do more stuff on it. Fourthly, the partnership of the website. As we know, Frog Asia have been created in much more little time compared to Blackboard, where Blackboard is created in much more early time. So Frog Asia have much less partnership compared to Blackboard.
Next, I will talk about the improvement of the website. First is the server problems. Sometimes the website will disconnect automatically and force us to reconnect. This problem will also happen few times a week. Next is the mobile application. Sometimes when we are not around our PCs or laptops, we would like to use mobile phone to open or access to the website. So there are some problems such as we could not open the file which is PowerPoint PDF in the phone. Next is the document sharing. Some of the lecturers could not upload their teaching materials in the class, so this may cause we are wasting our time for waiting for the lecturer. Last is the reminder. I think the website should include a reminder function so that we will not forget the due date because there are too many assignments and also the coursework.
So we also will talk about the ethical issue that should be concerned while using the application or the website. There are many ethical issues that should be concerned while using Blackboard. The most obvious ethical issues are personal privacy, which also an essential component of ethical concern in information technology. Blackboard collects the personal data of the user to identify the account owner, which is either a student or a teacher, and to inform the school system of who is in the account. In addition, the user have their own hardware, operating system, and software tools to access the Blackboard servers, which are connected by a network to all of the users. Therefore, due to the broad scale of expansion of the network, huge amount of data or information are sent, which leads to a hidden risk of information disclosed, which is including the personal information of the user.
Next, the one of the ethical issue of the website is attitude. For example, many students will not concentrate during the class. They might be going somewhere or doing something else when teacher is teaching.
For the next ethical issue is cheating. Students will have cheating behavior such as plagiarism among the undergraduate education final year students. For example, students will use images or documents from the internet without providing reference. Therefore, these are the ethical issues that should be concerned while using this application.
In conclusion, education system need to have more involving because the generation have been changing every time and every step of the evolution to humanity is always growing and different. So the new knowledge that we have right now need to be continued growing and changing. And with this system, it will help to bring education to reach a higher level. And as we making of this report, we acknowledge that the importance of education, and we know that with a good education website is able to provide the need for every people to get their success and mastery in their life.